MCS Moto-Craze Speedway. Card game for 2 or 4 players based on motor speedway racing. In a 2-player variant we play a match where 2 teams compete in 15 separate races, while in a 4-player game we can play either a 2-team match with 2 players on each side or 4-team meeting with each player scoring points separately. The game comes with rule booklet both in Polish and English, and a deck of 110 cards which will enable us to play the game. This is what the initial setup of Moto-Craze Speedway looks like. First of all, we have rider cards. In a 2-player game, each player controls 2 colors. The host, red and blue, the visitor, yellow and white. Each rider card possesses a unique value which will determine the place after the start. The higher the numeral, the faster the start. Moreover, we have lap cards divided into 4 separate decks. Whenever we draw a lap card, we find out in which racing track sector a battle takes place in a given race and in which way we will be using racing cards. Lap cards come in 3 variants. Battle in the straight, where riders will try and overtake opponents. Battle in the bend, which will focus more on the teamwork. The longer the race takes, that's the highest lap card number, the bigger the risk of drawing a finish line card which completes a given race. In this case we note down the points. The winner gets 3 points, second place 2, 1 point for third place and no points for the fourth rider. During the game, both players will be using racing cards. Before the start to each race, they must have 5 of them. So at the beginning of the match, each player draws 5 racing cards. Later, they will have some unused cards in their hands, so they'll just be bringing their total to 5. Racing cards are used both to battle in the straight and in the bend. If it's a battle in the straight, we use the top part of a racing card with the straight section of a racing track divided into 4 separate lanes or paths. Red letters indicate lanes which we are attacking. This card, for example, shows that we are attacking the lane A. We may also have cards with green symbols which indicate the lanes that we wish to block or defend. This card is used to block lanes D and B. If both these cards met during a battle in the straight, we match their top sections so as to form a part of a racing track and check the result. In this case, the attacking player attacked the lane A, the defending player was blocking lanes B and D. The attack wasn't blocked, so it's successful. The same racing cards can also be used to battle in the bend. Then, we use the lower part of each card with various symbols found within the back wheel of a motorbike and colors along the left edge of each racing card. In the game there are 4 colors. Here you can see 2 of them, green and brown, and 12 effects that you can trigger during battle in the bend. Furthermore, both players use Team Manager cards that briefly explain all the symbols used during the battle in the bend. You can see them here. As I've already said, before the start to each heat, both players draw 5 racing cards. I'm taking 5 cards. My opponents should do the same. Now, I have a chance to get acquainted with my cards. Here you can see that I have 3 cards used to defend during the battle in the straight, as well as 2 cards used to attack. Moreover, I can see what effects I'm able to trigger while battling in the bend. 3 points for the leading rider, 2 cards for 4-2 victory, 1 card for engine failure, and a card which makes it possible to overtake an opponent in the bend. Whether I decide to use each card in the bend to overtake my opponent or in the straight to block him is entirely down to my individual strategy.